Eastenders spoilers: Vicki hospitalised, Harry trapped, and Gina's surprising new romance. Next week on Eastenders, the fallout from Joel Marshall's violent outburst against his stepmother Vicki Fowler sends shockwaves through Walford, as secrets, guilt, and heartbreak ripple through the community. As this week ends, the BBC soap takes a chilling turn when Joel lashes out at Vicki after a heated confrontation. When the new week begins, Ross tries to make peace with Joel, still unaware of the horrifying events that unfolded. Meanwhile, a wounded and frightened Vicki makes her way to the Queen Vic to seek help. When Ross learns what has happened, he's devastated and quickly shuts down whispers that Joel might be responsible. Elsewhere, Joel desperately turns to his best friend Tommy for help, insisting the situation isn't as bad as it looks. Against his better judgment, Tommy hides Joel in the Slater's garage, but Zoe quickly realizes that something isn't right. As Vicki's condition worsens, she's rushed to hospital. Ross is relieved to hear she's going to recover, but the situation remains tense as the two discuss Joel's involvement and what really happened that night. Later in the week, new developments leave Vicki completely stunned. But what unfolds next? And how will it change things for good? Sadly, Vicki isn't the only one in danger. Trouble also looms for Harry Mitchell, who goes missing, leaving his father Teddy and girlfriend Gina terrified. Unknown to them, Harry is being held captive by Okie, who demands that he reveal the location of a secret camera link. To cover their tracks, Okie and Ravi force Harry to phone Teddy, pretending everything is fine. Even after Harry gives them the information they want, Okie refuses to release him. Things get worse when Gina, unaware of his situation, leaves Harry a furious voicemail and later gives Okie her number after bumping into him while he's pretending to fetch Harry's laptop. Though Okie is told to let Harry go, he keeps him locked away, taunting him further by going on dates with Gina. Eventually, a devastated Harry turns to drugs, desperate to escape his unbearable reality as Okie continues to manipulate and torment him. Amid all the chaos, there's some happier news in Albert Square. Jasmine finally agrees to go on a date with Oscar, while Julie is overjoyed when Nigel surprises her with plans for a trip to India. Meanwhile, Elaine confides in Yolande that she's considering transforming Number 5 into a boutique-style hotel, hoping to bring something fresh and elegant to the square. Elsewhere, Johnny lands himself in serious trouble when he accidentally sends a drunken business proposal to all his clients, including his boss. Panicking, he confesses to Callum that he's been sacked, leaving him wondering what his next move will be. It's a dramatic week ahead in Eastenders, filled with heartbreak, secrets, and a few unexpected sparks of happiness amid the chaos. EastEnders star Tony Clay hints at explosive love triangle and two major returns. Drama is brewing in EastEnders as Tony Clay reveals turbulent times ahead for his on-screen alter ego, Callum Highway. After reconnecting with his estranged father Jono, Callum is left reeling from the shock of Jono's sudden death from a heart attack, along with all the complicated emotions it brings. Callum's torn, Tony shares. Jono caused so much pain, his toxic views, the way he treated Callum, Stuart and their mum. He was everything Callum never wanted to be. Jono's short-lived return to Albert Square left a lasting impact. Before his collapse, he lashed out at Eve Unwin, dying moments later in Johnny Carter's arms as Callum frantically searched for help. To make matters worse, Jono used his final words to tell Johnny he was ashamed of Callum, a secret Johnny is still hiding. When Jono came back, Callum hoped they could finally fix their relationship, Tony says. What he's grieving now isn't Jono himself, but the chance of reconciliation that's gone forever. Next week, Callum focuses on planning his father's funeral, but his love life is spiraling. He's been secretly involved with Johnny Carter behind his husband Ben Mitchell's back. Though Callum wanted to come clean, Kathy Beale exposed the affair after catching the pair kissing. Soon, the Mitchell clan, including Phil, Kathy, Billy, Honey, Ian, and Harvey, confront him, but Callum stands his ground. He doesn't think any of them have the right to lecture him, Tony explains. They've all made mistakes. For Callum, being with Johnny is about taking back control when everything else feels like it's falling apart. In a bold move, Callum brings Johnny to Jono's funeral, risking total alienation from Ben and the Mitchells. The couple have been separated for over a year since Ben was extradited to the US on fraud charges. The clash with the Mitchells forces Callum to see who's really in his corner, Tony says. Everyone defended Ben when they found out about the affair, even though Callum's been raising Lexi and holding things together. Amid the chaos, Callum gets a surprise when his brother Stuart, Ricky Champ, returns to lend his support after leaving the square in 2022. It means everything to him, Tony notes. Their relationship's stronger than ever, and Stuart showing up gives Callum the strength he needs. But the biggest twist comes when Ben, Max Bowden, unexpectedly returns from America, determined to be there for Callum during his grief. Ben's comeback completely shakes Callum, Tony hints. It forces him to question everything, whether he truly wants a future with Johnny, or if Ben's return changes his heart. It's the start of a messy, emotional love triangle, and fans will be desperate to see who he chooses. Heather Peace explains why soulmates Eve and Suki must stay together. There's good news for Eastenders fans. One of the show's most beloved couples, Eve and Suki, look set to weather their recent rough patch. Actress Heather Peace has assured viewers that despite the tension between her character Eve and her on-screen wife Suki Panesar, the pair aren't heading for a permanent split. Their relationship hit a rocky point after Suki's harsh response to her granddaughter Avani's pregnancy, which caused a rift between them. Recent episodes have shown the couple slowly rebuilding trust, and upcoming storylines suggest a stronger future ahead. Speaking to The Mirror, Heather shared that separating Sukeve would be unfair to loyal fans. It would feel like cheating the audience if we broke them up over something like that, she said. We've told a story about soulmates, two people who are drawn back to each other no matter what. Yes, Eve had to walk away for a bit, because Suki slipped into her old controlling ways, and that terrified her. But they needed that space to grow. Now, I want to see them happy, thriving, and showing what a strong WLW marriage can look like. We don't often see that on soaps, and it's so important. Heather added that while tension and drama are part of good storytelling, she believes the love between Eve and Suki should always remain the foundation. The drama lies in their struggles. That's what keeps it real and engaging, she said. Reflecting on the emotional highs and lows of the past year, including their chaotic wedding, she laughed. Honestly, I think we need to see them in therapy. Looking forward, Heather teased that Eve's future will see her acting as a bridge between the Slater and Panesar families, especially if the two ever clash. Eve's loyalties are split, she hinted. She's close to both families, and that could create some interesting tension. Heather also shared how much she misses working with her longtime friend and co-star Lacey Turner, who is currently taking a break from filming. I adore Lacey, she said warmly. She's my absolute best pal. On those long shoot days, I'd always find time to see her between takes. Not having her around feels so strange. She's such a big part of my work life, and I really miss her. Eastenders airs Mondays to Thursdays at 7:30 p.m. on BBC One and BBC iPlayer.